Through war, wisdom, and sound. Welcome, everyone. This is Frik Wallis and the Seasons of His Life, a journey from a soldier to a storyteller.
Please tell us more about the environment that you grew up in and what was the life like in your community back then?
You see, my background was I grew up on a farm, very seldom went to the town or so, and when my parents went to the town, we stayed at home. So the farm was my life, and then at 5 I went to the primary school. Or
Growing up, did you have a person that you looked up to?
I went from a small farm school of 30 children to a big school, Clarksdorp High School, 1,800 children, and I went to the boarding school. Didn't have really any teachers that I was looking up to. I just wanted to pass.
Frik Wallis is a man whose life reflects true transformation. From a young rifleman serving in the South African infantry to fighting in Namibia. His early years were marked by duty and discipline. After the army, he turned to music, studying BA music and building a career in sound at the SABC and Transnet. Even after a retrenchment during COVID, Frik's passion never faded. Today he stands as a dedicated freelancer, sound professional, proving that every season of life brings new purpose.
If you could go back to your childhood home right now, what sound would remind you most of that time?
My grandmother that said, I don't like that child, keep him away from me. He's a naughty child. And if you look at this photo, you can see why she thought so.
So, with the stories that you've given us so far, we have learned that you went to the army before going to university. How was that for you?
No, that's the thing that I had to do. In those days, if you were a certain age, you had to go to the army, and I was a matric, not the brightest spark in the class. There was no bursary or anything, so that's what I had to do. I had to go to the army.
If you were able to take your own choices at that time without your parents being involved, what is it that you would have done?
You see, I don't know, you had to do it to be able to go on with your life. I think I would have just wanted it to get it finished and then go on and study and do what I want. Because always if there's a thing that you had to do that you don't really know how or you want to do it, rather get it done. Then you can go on with your life.
Okay, so you have also mentioned that you studied music. Is it something that you've always wanted to study after the army, or was it just studying?
Yeah, that was the thing that I wanted to do. That was actually, you see, in my young days, I thought I was going to be this composer or what. No, it never happened. But eventually I studied music. I loved it. University days were the best days of my life. And then after that, start to work as a sound person because I had the music background. And to be dead honest, it was the nicest job as well. I enjoyed every moment of it.
Okay, so from transitioning to being a rifleman to working with the SABC and Transnet audio and video program, how was it? How did you feel? Did you feel any changes in your life? Was it different from what you were doing in the army, or?
Oh yes, well, in the army, you're in the army. But if you start working, you can resign if you want to. You can go where you want to. You do the work that you want to. And at first, when I started doing sound, I was always looking for another job. I wanted to be a producer. I wanted to be, and then just one day I realized, wow, I don't know why I'm looking for another job. I love this sound work, and so I was happy. I was really one of the very few people who had a very nice job. I enjoyed every moment of it. I just one day realized I like classical music, and of course the family didn't understand that because I grew up in a farming community. You must listen to boerenmuziek, and I like classical music. So I like Beethoven because I liked the piece of music that he wrote. So to me that was the kind of thing that I wanted to do.